Hello there. Hi, Pete. Hi, Jennifer. How are you? I'm just setting up for a live broadcast, and before we get on to any questions, I mean, you can ask me questions if you want to ask questions now. That's absolutely fine. So I thought I'd pull out some happy Easter. Yes, happy Easter, everyone, and lovely to see you on this Easter Sunday, and I hope you are all well. So, hi there. Before I look at your live chat there, just pull out some energy cards here. First of all, I've got some people who follow me for general readings, which I also love to do. So I'm going to just do a pull out some general cards here for for people who love the general readings and the energies and then we'll get on to the questions and answers as promised with this Nicola Bulley case. And because I thought yesterday was just, I don't know about you guys. When I look back at that, it was just so unprofessional. I just felt so ropey when I watched it, but I was so into doing it that I forgot what I looked like, and so it didn't look too polished. But hey ho. So let's have a look. I'm going to pull out some energies here for and I'm due for another haircut. I think it's going a bit out of style, so I'll see if I can book a haircut this week. I noticed that too, and I can't find my damn glasses. So I just felt I needed some energy read too. I just felt that I needed, and I'll actually pull out to some one or two general questions there too. If you could bear with me just 2 seconds while I change that. Oh God, I just got tired of, I just changed that title. Let's change the title. I'm going to call it The Pendulum Speaks. Pendulum Speaks. We're going to have this like regularly. The Pendulum Speaks, which is well, it's not a new feature of mine. I've actually done this before, where I've used my pendulum, but the pendulum, I'm just going to change that. It takes a while. The pendulum speaks. Pendulum speaks. So I'm just going to there's so many unanswered questions with the Nicola Bulley case, and I think that's why I've chosen The Pendulum Speaks, because there's so many questions that we need to ask which are not being answered. I just finished off here. I'm just setting up with this, okay, and I will actually get to my Q's and A's for general reads too this week, okay. I will let you know too in the community page when I actually come on to do your own personal questions, okay. So hi there, Kathy Bonner. Yeah, thank you so much. That's great. Hello there. Hello, C. Hello, Kelly. And happy Easter, everyone. But while we're waiting, I thought I'd do personal readings, okay, or just a general energy read. So I'm going to pull out some cards here. And I've got these silly glasses on, but hey ho, I can't find my others. Can't find my other glasses, so these will have to do. So looking at this little deck that I used, I pulled this out of the archives. So don't worry. So what I'm getting here for general read is don't worry about the little idiosyncrasies that are not going right, because that is not the main kind of theme of things here. That's what's coming through for this general read, okay? Don't worry about these little things like, you've not got enough money to get to the supermarket, although you've just got paid, you haven't got enough money to pay your groceries and you're going a little bit crazy. Why has that happened? And you bring I don't know, you cook yourself a big pan of stew and it just knocks on the floor all over the kitchen floor, and you ended up mopping it up for like 4 hours and cleaning up before you then realize you've got nothing for dinner, that kind of thing. Those mishaps, don't worry about those. They're not, just let them go, because they're not in the theme of things here. I get this card here, which is a large building, an institution, a hospital. Okay, a hospital, an institution, a large building, a work building. So I've got that here. It could be a college. It could be well, I picked this up with the other general read too, and I get like a lover. There is a triangulation. I'm not saying that this has got anything to do with you, but I think you are being compared to, even if it's an ex of yours, they're comparing you, or they're comparing them to you, and they're actually making them feel jealous of you, because they are like, planting a seed to hate you because they are very insecure. Now, this third party is, I'm not saying this is happening to all of us. Or this could be somebody at work, a boss, some kind of, I'm not calling her a bit of a BIC, whatever, bitch, about. I get a large building, which is a work situation, and this female, but it's like this female's a little bit naughty. They're not, yeah, I just got this energy of like a third party cheating, somebody messing about at work, and that's been going on a while, or something like that. But it doesn't matter. Don't worry about that. It's gone out of your life, I feel. Something that's moved out of your life. Thank goodness. And I get here, it's their hard luck, because your ship's coming in here. Your ship is starting to come in with the ship card. It's their loss, because you are going to do so. I feel they may have blocked you. They may have blocked you. They may have stopped you from being, from reaching your full potential, whatever that may be. And now that they've gone, you are heading in the right direction here. But they are watching you. They are watching you. They are, yeah, I get talking about this, talking, chitter chatter, talking. Somebody's talking about this. They may even be taking the credit for your, yeah, and I get the gift card here. This is not a gift. It is a gift. You may get a gift, but this could also indicate happiness with a bunch of flowers. Your ship's coming in here, and you're going to start to feel happy. and this is you, not the other female. This is indicating you here, which is a female. They have remorse. They have remorse and regrets, but it's gone too far. I feel they know it's gone too far. They have remorse, regret. Now they are comparing this new narcissistic supply, if you want to call it that. They're looking at them. Well, you're not quite as, and they keep mentioning your name, and you are starting to be able to. You have no restrictions anymore. You have no restrictions to actually go forward with your life. And this is where you are going to start to be quite successful in your own right here. People are noticing you, okay. And I get here, yeah, this is going around in circles. This is like a cycle, and I get the ring here. Now, this could be a proposal, a wedding proposal. This person may decide that they want to ask you to marry them, but this is like a cycle. To this cycle, they want to start this cycle again with you. And they don't care about what they started with the third party either. And they are lying. They narcissistic. They are lying. They're two-faced with this card. This card is the narcissistic card. It's two-faced. They're wearing a mask. They're lying to you. And if they come back and they lie to you, they don't tell you the truth. And I get this is hurtful. Yeah, because this is hurtful with the Sky card, which is a sharp knife, which is hurtful. It's also, this can be happening quite swiftly. They can see that you are surviving and thriving without them. But I get here the death card, the coffin card. This is over. This is like over. This is where you draw the line. Why did that happen? Why did you do that? Why did you create this drama? Why did you do this? They're wanting to come back with the bridge card, and the bridge card is wanting to mend the bridges here. But I feel that you want to blow up the bridge here. You don't want anything to do with this. But they want to. It's like another cycle. It's not the first time they've done this. It's not the first time that they have wanted to build bridges with you again. But I feel that they're on their way back. So whatever this is, you're starting to thrive. They can see that, but you would naturally do that anyway without any of those blocks in the way, because you are, if they're, being a narcissist, they would have chosen you because you are gutsy, you are clever, you're intelligent, you creative. They would have chosen you for all those reasons of who you are, and then dismantle and break down who you are, because they didn't do that the first time, and they see that you're just naturally like this. They will, this cycle starts to repeat itself again. So that's your general read. So watch out for somebody wanting to mend the bridges with you. This is saying there was a third party. They're nothing compared to you. They don't get how hard you've worked in your life, why you've reached this point, that you are wise and that you are a risk taker, whatever it is that your talents are. They have no clue of why you've arrived at this place that you've arrived at. They don't really care. They just want to take it from you. So that's what I get. Do you want to go on that cycle again with this person because they're on their way back, or do you want to stay on the road that you're on, although it's a bit rocky, and try and make this work. Yeah, although it's a hard road. Sometimes it's a hard road. Yeah, sometimes it's a hard road when you're on your own. But sometimes it's more lonely to be with somebody that's trying to stop you from being who you are authentically, because they're jealous of you. They feel insecure that, there's types of people that feel jealous, insecure. They get that pang of jealousy when you just be yourself and just be who you are. And they just can't take it. It's like they have this insecurity. It's like they're like it with everyone, I feel, but certainly you. And this is like, oh, I can't have you with this confidence. I can't have you with this free spirit. It makes me feel insecure. I can't have you like this. So I've got to break. How can I break this down? That kind of energy. So thank you, everyone. I just thought I'd do a little bit of a general read to take us into this pendulum. The pendulum speaks. It was so enjoyable yesterday, and well, enjoyable. I really got into that, and I thought it'd be great to have another session on that tonight, so people can ask their questions. And I did put it in the community so you'd have a chance to get yourself down here. So let's have a look at your questions here. Kelly, hi Kelly. Will I be changing my job soon? Let's have a look. Will you be changing? Well, I think you have to be proactive on that. I think you have to search for another job. I think that's obvious. It's not going to happen until you make it happen, and that's what's coming through here. This job is just not going to land on your doorstep. I think you have to, be aware too of what they may put in your references. Make sure that you get good people that will give you your references. I think you've just got to push a bit harder. If you keep pushing and think, oh, it's like, well, I've got this job I can fall back on, it's not a problem. I think it is a problem if that thought pattern is stopping you from moving forward to a new job. So I think you've got to push through that. I think you've got to work twice as hard. Start trolling those, those recruitment places to ask if they've got the right job for you. Are you going to change your job? The Two of Wands. It's the world is your oyster with this card. The world, if you've got the world, look at that. You have the world in your hand here. It's up to you. You have the world in your hand, and it's up to you. It's your choice. Get off your butt. Start pushing to actually get what you want. And I feel that you will get yourself another job, but you have to be hungry for that. You have to be hungry. People can see that, apply for 100 jobs and give each one of these jobs at the interview 150%. And one of them will fit in with you. I can guarantee that. But you have to make the effort to do that, okay? Hello there. Hi from Australia. Hello, Linda. Hello, Heike. So before we get started on the Nicola Bulley Pendulum Speaks, oh, you're looking so much better. Thank you so much. Yeah, I have had a little bit of a dodgy tummy the last 2 weeks. I have. Thank you so much. I am going to. I'm still a bit tired, and I think I'm going to head off to bed early tonight. So yeah. So hi there. Hi Lawrence. Thank you. I'm seem to be getting some general questions, but if you want to start asking about you know, the Nicola Bulley case. If there's some burning question you want to ask, this is what this is about. This is just to fill in at the beginning until we actually get people here. Like some mini general reads, really. So let's go. Heike, sorry I missed you. I'm just going to go back. When I graduate in California, will I end up living in the United Kingdom? Are you coming over here? Did you send me an email to say that you want to meet up? Because I can't get on my email right now. I am going to work on that. I'm going to put that on my list tomorrow to actually work on getting back on my email there. So sorry if you sent me emails. I also do private consultations too, and private readings. If you want your own private consultation and reading, I also do that too. So just to be aware of that. Will you live in the United Kingdom when you graduate? We're thinking of travel, that's for sure. I actually get that you speak another language. I may be wrong, Heike. There's another language that you speak. You may be I don't know what the word is, but I think let's ask the pendulum. Will Heike actually come to UK after graduation? Yes or no? Well, I think you know you are. It says yes. It says yes. Up and down like that is yes. That's a big yes. I think you're already, your head is already heading towards the UK. And I think you know that. I think you know that already, Heike. Yeah, okay, thank you. I'll have a look. I'll see if I can meet up with you. I am really banged out. Well, I'm kind of working quite a lot too at the moment, but I'll try. Be lovely to meet up with you in London, Heike. It really would. So hi there, happy Easter. So Sophie, I'm not Sophie, I'm Bren. I looked after my dad when while he was dying before he passed. He said something to me, but I didn't hear what he said. Do you know what he said to me, please? It would be cliche for me to say something like, don't worry. But the energies that I get from this is I think you're I think when somebody's passing like that, they just feel so ill. Your dad, they just feel so ill, so tired, so when they get to that phase, they feel so tired, so weak. They know that they're being pulled to go to sleep and they try to keep awake, stay awake. But they've been pulled back and then they try to wake themselves up, but they can't stop it. It's like pulling them back, you know, pulling them to yeah, I don't know what that experience is like, but I'm kind of putting myself in the shoes of your dad, and I feel they know that their time has come, and I get it something like I need this, I need to go, or I need this, and what that means is something like I need to have peace now. I need to have peace from this suffering. I know it's my time. I know. And it's something like I know, you know, I know. But what that means is something like I know it's my time to go and I have to go now. I have to go. Or it could be something like I need to just I need to just sleep. I need to just sleep. I need to go to sleep now, that kind of thing, because they can't fight it back, you know, that kind of thing. They know I mean, I've never been there. I've never been in that situation. Touch wood. I'm sure it will come to all of us, but it's like pulling in and out of consciousness and pulling back and coming back and pulling back. So I can't hold it any longer. I've got to go. I need to sleep. I need to rest. And that's what I get with your father. I think it was something like that. I can't really say. He just wanted to have peace, really. So that's the last of the general reads that I'm going to do. I will do, if you enjoyed those, I will do a general Q's and A's for all of us. Okay, so just to be aware of that, that's something that I do as well. So let's have a look. So yeah. So let's just ask here. We'll go on to the Nicola Bulley questions now, because we have so many that we didn't answer, and I wanted to answer for you. So Louise, let's have a look at Louise. I think you was the first one to ask a question there. Did Nicola's body get moved and then put back in the river? What do you mean back in the river? Was it in the river in the first place? In what way did it get moved? Did it get taken out of the river and then put back into the river? Is that what you're saying? Did they take, are you saying that somebody took body out of the river and then or I don't really know what that question is, okay. But just let me know. Let me know that question again, a bit more specific. So let's have a look. Let's have a look here. Nicola Bulley, Q's and A's. It is about Nicola Bulley. We were just waiting for a few people to come. I thought I'd just be kind and do some general personal kind of readings. Okay. So it is. I'm just waiting for guys, come live. That's what it is. So because there's, it's just waiting for, because it's live. It's just waiting for people. Claire, let's have a look. Was Nicola drugged to convince her to sign something? Yeah, there's one thing that I wanted to ask really. Was she, I might actually do a reading on that. Did she did she collapse? Did she collapse at Marsh Farm? But let me look at the pendulum here. This is what we're doing tonight is the pendulum speaks, and I hope you can see that. You should be able to see that. Was Nicola drugged? Was Nicola drugged? Was Nicola drugged? And this is saying, was Nicola drugged? Yes or no? And that's saying a big yes. Okay, yes, she was. Did they drug her to sign? Did somebody drug Nicola? I'm just going to bring the screen down a little bit. Okay. Did someone drug Nicola to sign some kind of agreement, paperwork? Yes or no? Did they drug her to sign some paperwork? Yes or no? Yes or no? It's not. Sometimes it doesn't answer. That's kind of but it's not going to answer that. It's not going to answer that. Did they drug her? I wonder if it was some kind of game that they were playing, some SEX game. I'm thinking the only way to get Nicola to do anything is to actually get her drugged. I don't know if any of you thought about asking that question, but for any, to get her to comply, she would have to be, drugged or something. So I'm going to ask that. Did somebody drug Nicola to get her to comply to an SEX? And that's a yes. That's saying a yes. Okay, that is saying a yes. Was Nicola drugged to comply to a SEX Act? Yes. And did she comply after being drugged? Did she comply after being drugged? No. I've got a feeling, was she over floppy, and was she overdosed on this? Was she overdosed? Was she given too much? Yes, she was given too much. Now I want you to ask questions, okay? So I'm going to allow you to ask the question, but that, this is the pendulum speaks, and it's yes or no. So thank you for coming, and thank you for your personal questions there. And let's have a look here on. Sorry, Sophia. Thank you, Yvonne. I do get that he had lung cancer and he could hardly speak. Oh, bless. Because of the crackling of his chest throat. Oh, thank you so much. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. That's what I love to do, is to help people, and that's what I do. That's my that's my what I follow, is to help people. So Lawrence, did her body get taken to a Preston hospital before it was dumped in the river? Let's have a look. Did Nicola Bulley's body get taken to Preston Hospital before it was dumped in the river? Yes or no? Did they take her to hospital? Did they take her to hospital? Did they take her to hospital? She should have had a stomach pump. She should have had her stomach pumped. That's what I'm getting here. She should have had some stomach pump here. Overdose. It could be crack cocaine. It could be something that was too powerful for Nicola. Too powerful. Yeah. So, did she go to Preston Hospital before she was dumped in the river? No. I think what I'm getting here, there was thoughts of taking her to hospital, but they panicked because of the drugs in her system. I mean, what would you have taken somebody if you had given somebody some drugs without them knowing to actually pursue a SDX Act? Would you actually then take them to A&E after they collapsed? Then you're talking about somebody attempted to harm you without you knowing. Did you know that, Nicola? If she came around, did you know that you had been, Nicola, in your system, you had cocaine, you had all of these drugs in your system? was she, we need to talk to you, or you need to talk to somebody about rehabilitation or your alcohol use. Would you mind if we get somebody to talk to you? And then she says, look, I did not do that. I wasn't aware of taking anything. And she nearly lost her life through that. How would that pan out? How would that pan out? So I think there were thoughts of taking her to hospital, but there were panic. They panicked. Okay. So I'll ask that question again. Did whoever did this, did they think about taking her to hospital? Did they think after she collapsed to take her to hospital? Yes, they did. Yes, they did. But they didn't take, did they take her to hospital? Did they take her to hospital? Did they take her to hospital? Doesn't want to answer that question. Did they did they did the person who did this, did they take them to hospital? Yes or no? The person that did this, did they take them to hospital? No, no, they wasn't going to. No, I get like a panic, not knowing what to do kind of thing. Oh, I don't know what should we do now? And well, she does drink a lot, and yeah, but it was more than drink, Oh well, it could be, if we chuck her in the river, then it can be seen as like a suicide, ending of life situation. And then, we could say, well, we had no idea that she was a drug taker, but if we take her to hospital and she comes round and she's at death's door, and how's that going to pan out for any of us? And what if she doesn't come round? What if she does not come round in the hospital? Um, Hi, Louise. Let's get on to the next one. This is just so fascinating. So we'll ask again, was Nicola taken from the field, maybe alive, then put in the river after she passed? Or you mean was she abducted from the field? Well, that's a contentious issue. Some people are saying that she actually went missing a couple or 3 days before, or the night before. This was like a cover-up plan, or she walked off willingly. She knew the person. She walked off willingly with this person. She went willingly to go with this person, whether that was a day before, 2 days before, but I also picked up that she actually knows who did this, trusted who did this. So let's continue. I'll ask the question anyway. Was Nicola taken from the field, maybe alive, then put in the river after she passed? Yes or no? Yes or no? It's not answering it. It's sometimes this happens. It's like, I can't answer that one. Or maybe it's quite similar to the truth, that it's not exactly right kind of thing. Was she taken from the field when she went on the dog walk? I'm guessing you're thinking, and then She was dumped in the river after she passed, yes or no? Not quite. I don't, it's just not answering that. It's like, I can't answer that, not quite, that kind of energy. They said, hi Sophie, they said Nicola had a meeting to do with selling a property the night before. Is this true? Wow, well, that would fit what I actually said on members. That there was this promise of a client, a big client here, come and talk to me, about it. And I did kind of say that she would have gone like the night before or something like that. So let's have a look here. Somebody said that Nicola had a meeting to do with selling a property the night before. Is this true, or was she killed that night? Yes or no? Is it true that she went? I think it might be both. I think it might be both. Okay, let's ask. Was she asked to go to a meeting for a property deal the night before she went missing? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Can you answer that? Yes or no? Yes, she was asked to go to a meeting. It's saying yes. Yes, she did. Yeah, yeah. I did say that on the membership, but I know not all of you are members on here, but I did say that. And was she killed that night? Was this where she unknowingly had these drugs? Was she killed that night? Yes or no? Yes, yes, yes. I mean, even if it was an accident, even if it was a mistake, why didn't they take her to A&E? If it was a mistake, okay, we shouldn't have celebrated that heavy. That was a big mistake. Um, she could have had an epileptic fit. She could have, she could have actually, um, I don't know, choked on some vomit. She could have collapsed. Now, I wanted to ask, did she collapse that night? I'm getting the day before too. I'm getting a meeting too. Did she actually collapse at Marsh Farm? Let's have a look. Did Nicola collapse at Marsh Farm? Yes or no? Oh, look at that. Did Nicola collapse at Marsh Farm? Yes or no? That's saying yes, she did collapse at Marsh Farm. There could have been a link here. Was there a link to a property deal here? Was there a link to a property deal here that's going to make her a lot of money? And let's sit down and talk about this. Yes. Yes, so was that Ed? Was that Ed that invited her? Was that Ed? Yes, it was. Yes, it was. You see, I don't understand that in that case, then if they did, let's say if that happened, if she on the night before or 2 days the night before went to Marsh Farm for a promise of a deal of a property deal that was worth a few million, and she was drugged and accidentally drugged because she was lured there for a sex act. She was lured there. You know, you're not going to do it willingly, so I'll do it this way. Then why is Paul? That means that Paul would have had to cover that up. Or did they say that Emma was going to, sorry, Nicola was going to stay the night at Marsh Farm? And I don't get that bit. I don't get that bit from, her, the actual walk where she apparently left her phone on a Teams meeting, which I'm thinking with the questions we've asked the Pendulum, that was actually a setup. And saying that she had menopausal problems, depression, she was vulnerable. Make it look like she'd ended her own life. Oh, we didn't know about the drugs. Oh, well, that's new to us. We didn't know about that. The drugs that she was taking. Oh, that's terrible. So yeah, they must have. If this is what's happened, um, and maybe blackmail involved, like, look, Paul, this is what's happened. We've got to cover this up. Nicola took some drugs. She's collapsed here. If we get found out that we've got drugs stashed here, we're all going to go to prison. Not any of that. I think it's very naive if that's the case, that they've done this as like a cover up. It's very naive of, but I did get anger from. I feel that somebody said that no, Nicola actually, uh, wanted to do this. Wanted to actually do this. Was willing to. She took some drugs that night. But what do we do about it now? She's sorry, I thought I heard something. What are we going to do now? She's collapsed on the floor. Doesn't look like she's alive, but she agreed to this, kind of something just a bit strange going on there. I don't know. So let's have a look here. Let's have a look here at your questions. Sorry, I'm having a look. Yeah, so is Nicola haunting the guilty party? I'm kind of getting who did this. But it was an accident, is as far as I don't feel that he feels that it was his fault. So get here, let's have a look. Is Nicola Bulley actually haunting whoever did this? Oh gosh, yes, she is. Yes, she is. Who does she blame for this? Who does Nicola Bulley blame for this? Does she blame Paul for this? Does she blame Paul for this? Does she blame Paul for this? Does she blame? Yes or no? Does she blame Paul for this? No. No, she doesn't. Does she blame Emma for this? Yes, she does. Does she blame Ed for this? Does she blame Ed for it's Emma? Does she blame Ed for this? Yeah, she does. Okay. Did Emma know about this? Emma want to help to cover this up? Did Emma want to help to cover all of this up? Yes or no? Did she want to help to cover this up? Yes, she did. Well, this is what it's a pendulum saying yes and no, and it's saying yes and no. So I'll let you decide what's going on there. Um, yeah, well, thank you, Louise, for being thoughtful about people that are unkind that come in the chat. I have to kind of put my foot down sometimes because you just get inundated with people, and if you just say, that's enough is enough, I'm because sometimes these people do it to like newbies who it's their first time coming on live, and they try to frighten them so they don't come back on, and it's generally somebody who's got another content creator, uh, and it's all bonkers really, and they try to scare you and put you off from actually coming on live, and so you lose your confidence. But the thing is that I've been doing this for about 8 years now, and I'm quite confident in it all. Going live and all this kind of thing, having to put up with trolls. But I think that's their main aim, is to take you off your subject and ruin the show and to get you to give up. Yeah. So that's why sometimes I have to come on really strong when I see that in the chat, because I'm not a newbie and it doesn't put me off and it's ridiculous. Okay. So okay, so thank you for your comments here. Lovely to see you. Thank you. Let's have a look, Louise. Could you ask NB? Could you ask if NB was alive until the 2nd of February? Been watching Peter Vincent and his rod video, was fascinating. Yeah, I find that kind of thing quite interesting. Yeah, he picked up on NB. NB had travelled around and went to a hospital. Oh, I don't want to read on somebody else's reading. If you don't mind, Louise, I don't do that, because that's um I just don't do it. I'd rather just do our own questions here. Okay. Um, although it sounds an interesting question, I'd rather not do that. Um, they chose death over hospital. Some people just do not have a compassion, or maybe they didn't even think that far ahead. They just thought, well, if we take her to hospital, then there's going to be all these questions. What if she doesn't make it? And kind of thing. So let's have a look. Hi, everyone. I wonder if they've looked at the CCTV from local hospitals. Okay. Julia Langmaid. Photos appear to be of Emma opening blue car and then getting in alleged ring on a finger smoke screen. Yeah, I've seen that ring, and that is like she had this ring on a finger which belonged to Emma. I mean, why would that be so? She does look like Emma. She does look like Emma if she puts her hair in a ponytail. Uh, she's got the same kind of physique as Emma, as Nicola. all she would have to do is put a pom-pom hat on and a hood up, and nobody, and if they saw Willow, they'd just see the dog, and that would be instantly say that it was Nicola. So there's lots of things that could explain that. Okay. Will the autopsy show foul play? Let's have a look. Did will did the autopsy or will the autopsy show foul play? Will the autopsy show foul play? Yes or no? Yes or no? Will it show the autopsy? Will it show foul play? Yes, it will. I'm getting a toxicology report, a drug overdose. Will there be a toxicology report that she had taken a heavy amount of drugs? Yes or no? Yes, yes, yes. So, and did she have alcohol in her system? Yes, she did. Yes, and did she have drugs in her system? Yes, she did. Will they see that as foul play? Yes, they will. Um, I guess they would want to ask questions of, um, where did she access these drugs from? Um, where did she last have a drink? Um, what, where has she ever done this before, kind of thing. Um, I just get this like this the reports of her being vulnerable, depressed, alcohol problems with alcohol. Oh, we had no idea that she had problems with with drugs. We didn't have any idea. I don't know. I don't know. So foul play, what about the time? Nobody's asked about the time in the river, water. Uh, will it show how long she had been in the river? Will the autopsy show how long she had been in the water for? Yes or no? Will it show? Yes, it will, but it's like not kind of certain, kind of. Um, will the autopsy report show that she'd been in the river since the day she went missing? Yes or no? Yes or no? Will the autopsy report show that she had been in the river since she went missing? Yes or no? Will it show? Yes or no? Not answering that one. Sorry. I don't know why it's not answering that. Maybe they're not sure. Maybe there's like some kind of problem there that they can't solve. Um, maybe they think that she got stuck somewhere down the river, and maybe she was outside, and there may be an answer to that. So, was she hidden in one of the tunnels? Yeah, I know what you mean. Um, how, yeah, was she hidden in that tunnel, in one of the tunnels? Yes or no? Was she hidden in that tunnel? Was she hidden in a tunnel? Yes or no? Was Nicola Bulley hidden in a tunnel? Yes or no? Was she hidden? Actually, as I was saying that, actually picking up images of like a shallow, like a shallow, like grave, like covering her up with like leaves kind of thing, or covering her up outside. We'll deal with that. We'll move that body as soon as we will move that body, that kind of thing. Yeah. So guys, let's just do a couple more, and I'm going to call it a night. I'm just feeling a little bit tired actually. So I hope this is explained. Yeah, still just doesn't explain how she got back in. Yeah, there's a lot of unanswered questions here. I am asking, but it's not going to be cut and dried answers. Um, who bought the drugs to the party? Who gave these drugs? Who brought these drugs? Who brought these drugs? Was it Emma? Was it Emma? Was it Emma? No. I think she knows about this. Um, who brought was it a man that brought the drugs? Yes or no? Yes, it was a man. Was it a man that brought the drugs? Yes, it was. It was a man that brought the drugs. Um, yeah, so I'm going to actually call it a night, guys. I'm getting a bit tired. I keep hearing noises too, and I don't like that. Um, um, so please we'll come back and we'll do some more of these Q's and A's, definitely. And let's just have a look. If she went missing the night before and she never went home from the meeting, Paul knew what was happening all along. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you, all of you. And I'm going to say good night and have a good one and sleep well. Have a great Easter. And I will see you. I will see you soon. Okay. And bye for now. Bye bye.